I am curious about things outside of One Piece a little bit
Mhm.
and more in voice acting. And obviously, COVID has messed stuff up because you came into voice acting before COVID.
Right.
COVID happened, and then everything had a transition. I
Mhm.
think to doing it in your own studio. Some people understood how to do that, some people didn't. Also,
Yeah.
auditioning changed. I think that there are both positives and negatives.
Mhm.
So, how did the COVID era or COVID affect all of voice acting? Because I think a lot of people don't realize, and this is my take, and correct me if I'm wrong, that it was in studio and then some of it was out of studio. And then also during the COVID era, some of it was also done in studio as well, but there was massive precautions.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
again, I'm not a voice actor, so
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what I know.
Yeah.
Very
When COVID hit, it pretty much shut things down right away. And it got to be where they were relying heavily on people recording from home that had the quality studios. I was asking the directors, "Hey, what do y'all prefer?" Because there was some in studios, but like you said, being so precautious. Basically, they hire someone to go around and sanitize everything you touch in there all the time. You wear the mask all the time. Um, so many protocols. You had to fill out a survey before you entered. You had to show your inoculation status. All these different things, more than I could possibly imagine any company doing. So they did what they could do, um, but they didn't have a lot of people coming out there. I was one of the ones that would come out there and do it, mask up and do the things. But they were also catching stuff from people's studios. And I asked them because I was seeing the auditions coming down through emails, and they were saying, do your recording, send it in. And I was thinking this is great for the auditions because they can be pretty simple. They can tweak voices, but an audition piece can be pretty simple. It's not something that you have to have the best equipment on. However, if you're doing a show, you need the good equipment. And I was asking the directors, what do you prefer? Do you prefer to be in studio or at home? They said, well, at home, if the people have the right equipment, everything's fine. It's just when they don't, it can be a nightmare, things like that. And so I think they all enjoy being back in the studio. And the new studios, they when they went from Funimation to Crunchyroll, they built or went to a different studio location wise, and the rooms, the studios are lots bigger. Lots bigger, and so just the whole open atmosphere of the building is really good, and I think that gives people some confidence in coming back in the way that they do their protocols for staying safe. So I think things are starting to get back to normal. Almost everybody is back in there. I'm sure that there's some people that have moved though that are still in the show or other shows that want to, still keep their character going, and so they probably have some way of getting their stuff into them.